Bo-Katan Barbie is done! Yay! I'm so happy with how it turned out. How did we finish it? Let's just get into it. Putting it on ended up being a huge pain, and I don't think I did it the most efficient way, but I got it done. To be able to fit the battery pack through. Disconnecting it and resoldering the connection would have been simple, and I thought about doing that. Well, I need to get in there anyways because I need to let that screw through so that I could turn the rangefinder. I ended up using all my files, my Dremel, my baby Dremel. I just threw everything at this tiny little spot. It ended up being such a pain. I just taped the battery in. And same with the visor. See, fun fact, that is the same damn visor that I battled with on my live stream for hours with that window tint that I thought there was a film on it, and then just decided there wasn't because I couldn't get it off, and then discovered that there was in fact a film on it. Go check out that video if you are gonna buy cheap window tint on Amazon. Save yourself. Look what you could do with the 2 hours you saved not having to struggle like I did. You're welcome. Look at this, I even pulled out my mega attachment binge. Can we throw at this tiny little hole? Star Wars armor is very practical with how it is designed, so it almost builds itself. It made sense. I just slid that through what seemed to be like the first layer of her belt. Selected the last things that I needed to completely build from scratch for the holster. I had been avoiding because making the blaster on my live stream got me into trouble. 2mm craft foam and my heat transfer vinyl, which I'm obsessed with right now. I'm already trying to think how I can incorporate that into my next cosplay because I'm like so obsessed with it. I did these little like belt buckle loops, and all I did was like drop the belt file that came with the armor into my build plate on my LED. Put a lot of work into these and it just something wasn't working. I ended up just using backpack clips, and happy doing that. Like that, I just Beskar, super clean, very smooth, supposed to do that no problem, but it's fun to kind of give that extra bit of dimension to a prop. It really helps bring it to life. Just kind of caught that artist gel and really ended up getting a spray tan. The darker blonde was just, it was the whole look. Luckily I did have the platinum blonde and I went with that. We just very quickly added some volume and away we went. The hair, the closer to being a real life Barbie, right? I did end up going with a heel for Bo-Katan, so Barbie is probably gonna be rocking some sparkly heeled boots. Probably more so a thinner heel, but my feet would not last in that. It was so fun just to keep adding glitter. I was struggling to find places to put more glitter. I ended up adding some extra detail to the jetpack. This was an absolute print. I just wanted to pretty it up a little bit with some reflective vinyl, and it actually looked pretty cool. I did trying to put some lights into the thrusters, but I didn't really want to do like the full-blown, here's the fake flame thing, sort of hovering, or they could take off like at any second. Using an LED strip that I shoved in there, go back and tinker with that. I normally put a lot more effort into reflecting the light and making sure it shines through. Kept forgetting about the headband, and I just sort of paint on one of my live streams, but like when I woke up the next day I just absolutely hated it. It was too far with the weathering. But I ended up making that mistake because it allowed me to paint the rest of the armor in a way that I was much happier with. To deal with attachments, which I had been putting off. You are not going to put off attachments. Don't do it. Do not do it. No. Don't be me. I will hopefully learn my lesson very soon, because this always gets me into trouble because I just went well as I was making it, and then still the day of the photo shoot my friend and I were having issues just closing Velcro. What the heck, it's Velcro, why aren't you Velcroing? What's going on? The gingham ribbon that I had added, extra bit of detail, ended up causing us grief. Luckily I'll try to fix that before I actually wear it to that convention. This is my first major build with using like 3D printed parts, and I used PLA filament, so I wasn't like exactly sure which type of glue. My Old Faithful trick of taking like Easton and I like dab the middle of the attachment, and then I just kind of hot glue the edge down to get that instant set, and that gives the E6000 the 24 to 48 hours that it needs to like set, and like that seemed to be working really, really well. Clamps, gotta get those clamps. What else did we do? I ended up going back and kind of reheat forming the bottom part of the left bracer. Already added the magnets, and I accidentally demagnetized them a little bit, and I didn't really realize it until I was late to do anything. Clicking all of a sudden, and then I was like, wait a second, I hit this with like a heat on my heat gun. Quick Google search, oh hell, like, oh, don't do that. Are you writing this down, all the mistakes? Because I'm trying to save you time. I'm here to save you guys grief, hopefully. More clamping. Live streams that I was really torn between how I was gonna go about doing the logos. Up until season 3, she's got the Night Owl logo on both shoulders. And because she gets the Mythicore shoulder upgrade, I was like, well, I'll do one Night Owl, one Barbie. Easy until I went to like down and actually print it out. And I tried to work with like a combination of the silhouette logo and the actual writing, the Barbie, and then like both, liking the silhouette the way I thought I would. Dupli Color Effex, that is add a shimmer to the Barbie pink that I was using for most of the armor. And on my test coat, I just wasn't really happy with how it turned out because it altered the shade of the pink just enough to bug me. But I just try to use this on the pale pink because I'm not quite as fussy about that color as I am with the Barbie pink. It's called Barbie pink on the paint. So cool, and I'm not at a convention. Look at the little sparkle. Sewing machine, and I sewed on a little chunk of nylon strapping to the elastic so that the elastic wouldn't like stretch out of the glue and break. Punish props, but I'm not sure. Key tip. Would be pretty proud of this arm. Huge shout out to my live community over on TikTok. You guys helped me get through this project, and I so greatly appreciated all of your input. Late nights staying up with me, keeping me motivated. I went to Timeless Studios in Toronto. They were fabulous. They even let me live stream after. I wasn't even planning on jumping on TikTok in that moment, but I was like, whatever, I'm already dressed up, let's go. Bo-Katan Barbie. Bo-Katan Barbie is done. Woo!